From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, September 3rd, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.44 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,325 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $580. Antiwar.com reports a newly released, heavily redacted report on former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's email mishandling reveals not just the comedy of errors by which Clinton used a private email server for classified data and kept few to no proper records, but also of the period after her tenure in which they were trying to back things up. This centered around former Clinton aide Monica Hanley being given an Apple MacBook from the Clinton Foundation and talked through the process of backing up the contents of the private email server both to the laptop and to a thumb drive. The laptop and thumb drive were to be stored at the Clintons' residence, but Hanley forgot to hand them over. In 2014, she was contacted about it and tried to transfer the email archive by way of an IT company. After that failed, the emails were transferred to an unnamed person's personal Gmail account. This unnamed person then deleted the emails from the laptop and put it in the mail. It was never seen again, and neither Hanley nor this person, whose name is repeatedly redacted, have any idea where either the laptop or the thumb drive ended up. Clinton generally accessed the email server through a BlackBerry, though the FBI report also makes mention of possible use of an iPad. She went through at least 13 BlackBerries over the course of the period, with Hanley reportedly buying most of them at the D.C. area AT&T store. Justin Cooper, a former aide of Bill Clinton, was charged with destroying the one she was done with at least a couple of times by the way of a hammer, though the report suggested that the BlackBerries routinely went missing. You can support FPP Radio by shopping online. Whether you're looking for precious metals or books, you'll find that and more at shop.fppradio.com. Every purchase you make from one of my affiliates at shop.fppradio.com helps fund FPP Radio. Or you can shop directly from FPP with Bitcoin in the Bitcoin store. That's shop.fppradio.com. UPI reports the U.S. Department of Labor released its August job report on Friday, which said slightly more than 150,000 jobs were added for the month. In the report on Friday, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics said total non-farm payroll employment increased by 151,000 in August, and the unemployment rate remained at 4.9%. Employment continued to trend up in several service-provided industries. Analysts said the labor statistics were positive, but not great. Labor Secretary Thomas Perez said in a statement, the August employment report shows that we're continuing a steady recovery. With this report, the private sector has added 15.1 million jobs since February 2010, and we are in the middle of the longest streak of overall job growth on record. The unemployment rate held steady at 4.9%, more than cut in half since the depths of the recession. Carl Tenenbaum, chief economist at Northern Trust, said it confirms that the economy is performing well, but does not provide the threat of overheating that might cause an interest rate increase sooner rather than later. The U.S. Central Bank's Federal Open Market Committee will meet for 2 days on September 20th and 21st. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports SpaceX said on Friday it would shift Florida flights to a nearly completed second site after damage to its launch pad on Thursday from the explosion of a rocket belonging to the space service company run by Elon Musk. The Federal Aviation Administration had sent 7 people to Florida to supervise investigation of the disaster, according to FAA spokesman Hank Price. The agency, which oversees U.S. commercial rocket launches, required that SpaceX flights be suspended pending results of the probe. Any sign of rocket malfunction could require changes throughout the SpaceX fleet. After a SpaceX rocket exploded in June 2015, the program was paused for 6 months while defective brackets were replaced in Falcon 9 launch vehicles. Damage to the SpaceX Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station is still being assessed. SpaceX said in a statement late Friday the pad clearly incurred damage, but the scope has yet to be fully determined. The U.S. Air Force said in a statement that damage appeared to be contained to the SpaceX launch complex. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.